And would that program that you designed be something that elections officials that might be on county boards of elections could detect?
They'd never see it.
Would you answer that question once again?
They would never see it.
So how would such a program, a secret program that fixes the election, how could it be detected?
You would have to view it either in the source code, or you'd have to have a receipt and then count the hard paper against the actual vote total. Other than that, you won't see it.
All right, Mr. Curtis, if you had been asked, you or others with your professional expertise had been asked to design a protective program that would protect the Ohio elections from against such software to fix the election, could you have done so?
If we've been asked to make a program that can fix the election, sure, anybody can do it.
No, could you have designed a program or a procedure or a protocol that would have protected Ohio against this kind of rigging?
No, you have to look at the source code. You have to get probably programmers from all parties to look at the source code and determine if there's anything in there that shouldn't be there. I mean, it's a simple program. You're adding 1 to a person's total. It's 100 lines of code tops.
All right. Are you aware of whether there was any protective action in Ohio against this kind of vote rigging through software?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You were not asked to assist in the development of any protective system. Is that correct?
No, I was not.
In Europe, have you reviewed at all the election results in Ohio?
No, I haven't.
Given the availability of such vote rigging software and the testimony that has been given under oath of substantial statistical anomalies and gross differences between exit polling data and the actual tabulated results, do you have an opinion whether or not the Ohio election, presidential election, was hacked?
Yes, I would say it was. I mean, if you have exit polling data that is significantly off from the vote, then it's probably hacked.
And your testimony is under oath?
Yes, sir.
And the testimony you've given is true?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Wow, I hope you people caught that. That was Eugene. Yeah, Curtis, the guy that actually sat down and wrote the software in a Florida company that steals votes. And it helped one of those largest Florida politicians, get elected and reelected to the Congress of the United States. So all we've got is criminals, politicians who get in office by, am I saying what I really think?
You're speaking your mind.
I'm speaking my mind. You're supposed to stop me, Stephanie. You're supposed to stop me.
It just comes out. It's too late. You can't take it back. You can put it back in your mouth.
Well,
I have rubber dam, for dentistry.
Orly, you're going to have a thing going on tomorrow. Tell us about it.
Well, what we are concerned with is that our elected officials and law enforcement officials are not doing anything to solve this problem. And now a lot of citizens are very angry with what's going on, and they are trying to bring the awareness to the public, and we are having grand juries, citizens' grand juries, something that existed in this country years ago and was somehow forgotten. And we're bringing it back, and we're bringing power back to the people so that they can express their opinion, so that they can state what they think about this election and legitimacy of Barack Hussein Obama. And it's going to be very first historic grand jury, citizens grand jury, where 25 citizens from all over the state of Georgia are going to gather. And we're going to be in touch. We're going to communicate through the internet, through Skype and phone. We're going to have several lines, and I will present the case for indictment. It's going to be a presentation of fraud, all the issues of fraud that's involved in Barack Hussein Obama's, aka Barry Soetoro's election, the fact that there is no evidence of him ever being born in this country. No hospital has any information, any birthing file on Barack Hussein Obama. The fact that he lost his citizenship when he went to Indonesia, since Indonesia does not allow dual citizenship. So around age 5, he lost his U.S. citizenship going to Indonesia. And then later on, as an adult, he reconfirmed his Indonesian citizenship by traveling on Indonesian passport. In 1981, Obama actually admitted that he traveled to Pakistan. That year, there was a ban on travel to Pakistan. The country was under martial law, and as a matter of fact, their travel guide at the time stated that somebody who is American, who is a Christian, and who is a Jew is not allowed to enter Pakistan. So how did Barack Hussein Obama, that claims that he is a U.S. citizen and a Christian, could get into a country that didn't allow Americans, Christians, and Jews? Moreover, I have an excerpt, actually a computerized excerpt from the Journal of Legislature and Senate of the state of California, where they write the names of students, foreign exchange students that are getting financial aid. Barack Obama studied in the state of California around 1980-1981. And his name is mentioned among the names of foreign trained students that received financial aid from us, the taxpayers of the state of California. So how in the world can he be the president of this country? How suddenly he stopped being Indonesian citizen, even though we know that he's been Indonesian citizen all along, and there is no evidence of him actually getting American passport until he became senator in 2004 at the age of 44, I believe. So all of this shows that there was massive fraud committed on part of Barack Hussein Obama against American citizens. Another issue that I will be discussing and asking for indictment, it will be an issue of forgery because we have Barack Obama's elective service certificate that shows the signs of forgery and his certification of live birth that shows the signs of forgery. Additional issue that I believe should be investigated, and that's the issue of Social Security fraud. Through a private investigator, a licensed private investigator that worked for Scotland Yard for some 20 years and some 20 years here, I have obtained a list of 100 addresses, most of which are attached to different Social Security numbers for Barack Hussein Obama. For example, his Social Security number from Somerville, Massachusetts, where he lived when he went to Harvard, was issued in the state of Connecticut. Obama never lived in Connecticut, and it shows that the owner of the Social Security number is 118 years old. Well, clearly, he must be really well preserved for a 118-year-old. So there is a serious issue of Social Security fraud. There is a serious issue of tax fraud. When somebody has 100 addresses and numerous Social Security numbers, you can have serious voter fraud, Social Security fraud. You can have an issue of campaign contributions fraud, and the list goes on and on.